Have you ever just been at work and had to stop for a second to ask yourself, what am I doing? Not only what am I doing, but what am I doing here? And you ask yourself that question, not necessarily because you hate your job. I mean, maybe you do, but let's say you don't. Not saying that you hate your job, but because you know that this is not where your purpose lies. A lot of us know and understand what our purpose actually is. It's just sometimes that purpose just seems so big and so grand sometimes, and you can even go as far as to say that it sometimes feels like it's out of reach or sometimes even impossible, and we feel like we just can't obtain it, that we end up resorting back to what feels safe or what feels comfortable. And when we do that, we never end up progressing, because we never go out and we never take a leap of faith, because we're always stuck in our safe zone. And because we get so buried into that safe zone or into that comfort zone, we never end up finding a way out. And that's what this video is about. A lot of the times we get caught up in what I like to call the traditional everyday system. And what the traditional everyday system is what society tells us we need to do in order to be successful. Society tells us that we have to go to school, get a diploma, go to college, get a degree, go get a good job that has good benefits and a 401k, and make sure you save more money than what you spend. Now, although that method does still hold value for a lot of people, and I'm not knocking anybody that still holds that process in high regard, to me, it's still a very traditional process that a lot of us still do, even though we no longer live in a traditional time. Now, while everyone was giving the method out in order to be successful by following these steps or these order of operations, no one actually ever came up with a traditional method on how to be an entrepreneur, how to be an outlier, someone who didn't necessarily follow the traditional rule. And I say all of that to say is this content creation path that a lot of us are choosing to be on is far from a traditional method of what we're used to. A lot of us are here searching for that way out. And when I say a way out, I mean a way out from up under that traditional everyday system, a way out from working that everyday 9 to 5, a way out from punching that clock every single day, a way out from trading our time for money. And that's where content creation comes in, because a lot of people are seeing how big content creation is getting and how much money people are making and how successful people are becoming by creating their own content. Even seeing how big content creation has become, although anybody can do it, it isn't for everybody. Because if everybody could do it, they would be, and everybody would be successful. And that's why we see a lot of content creators say they want to start a YouTube channel or they want to make videos on Instagram and TikTok and all these other platforms, but they never actually commit to doing it. They never actually commit to the work or the consistency that it actually takes to create content, especially on YouTube. Now, anybody can just make simple content and post it on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and people will see it, but a lot of times your friends, your family, and sometimes it will circulate into the algorithm and get on the explore page and things like that. But when it comes to YouTube and making long form content, you have to be intentional with the type of content that you want to make. And when I say be intentional about the type of content you want to make, I'm not necessarily saying you have to niche down in the type of content that you want to make. It's just pick a lane of where you want your purpose to lie within the content that you're making. I'll use myself as an example. I've been creating content on a multitude of platforms for over 10 plus years now, whether it's been Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and I've even dabbled in YouTube in my own individual space when I was creating content for Halo Infinite. And then in a completely different space when I was doing my podcast. So I've had my own separate experience on YouTube and have seen a little success from it. The thing that people get mistaken is that they just feel like they're immediately going to start making YouTube videos and things are just going to pop off for them right away. Or, hey, if I build it, they will come. That's not necessarily true, because if you build a piece of no one's gonna come to it. You have to make sure that what you're building is something that other people have interest in, not only yourself. Because you can't build something just strictly for self. Even though it's something that you like to do, you have to make sure it's still conducive when you put out, that other people are going to actually take something from your content, regardless of what content you choose to put out. Like me, for example, even with these videos that I'm choosing to make now, these videos are a purpose of showing you that content creation and making YouTube videos could potentially be your way out. It could potentially change your life to the point of you can quit that 9 to 5. You don't have to punch anybody's clock. You can stop exchanging your time for money, and you can work on your own dime and your own time and do the things that you want to do the way that you want to do them. And as long as you commit to that and you be consistent with that, and your content has purpose and you believe in it, you can very much so be successful on this platform. Just like myself, I'm starting out basically from scratch, because the old content that I make, unfortunately, the game died and you can't pick back up where you left off, because there is no game to pick back up on. So just like you, I'm having to start from scratch. And I told myself, I'm tired of working this regular 9 to 5 job, working for somebody else. They pay me when they want to pay me. They tell me how much I'm gonna make, having to wake up early in the morning and going to a job that I don't necessarily like, but you need money. You gotta pay your bills. You gotta feed your kids. You gotta do things for yourself. And I'm just getting tired of that normal, that traditional everyday system, that everyday hustle and bustle of doing things for other people, and it's not actually benefiting you in the way that you know it should be, because it's not yours. You don't own it. I'm just getting to the point to where I want to take back ownership of what I'm doing. I want to start making content that I'm proud of. That way later on I can look back and say, man, you know what? I did that. I actually took a chance and I bet on myself. And I did that. I took that leap of faith and I started making them videos, and I started grinding, and I started putting all of these skills and experience that I've learned throughout the years in order to make this content and bring it to fruition. I see all of these content creators, they start from the bottom, and I watch a lot of their journeys and where they started from and now where they end up, and I'm like, man, they really put their head down and they put their nose to the ground and they grinded and they did this. And a lot of them started with just a lot of bad equipment, and it was just a phone or a beat up camera and things of that nature. And the thing that I want to express to people, that if you're looking for a way out and you're looking for content creation and YouTube to be your way out, understand it can all be so simple with the things that you need to start. Like right now, for instance, what I'm using is my iPhone 17, and I'm using the front-facing camera on my iPhone 17 in 4K 30. Now I do have a gimbal that is holding my phone up to make sure it stabilizes and it's not all wobbly, because sometimes when you're holding your phone with your hand, it's just constantly shaking. So I did invest a little bit of that way I could have that. But you don't need necessarily a gimbal. You can just get a simple tripod and stand in front of it and be speaking. But what I do suggest that you invest your money in is a good quality mic. Here I have the DJI Mic 3. It's a great high quality mic. It has a great equalizer. It has great background noise cancellation, all the fancy bells and whistles. And if you're looking for, and if you do want a video on that, I will absolutely make a video for you guys about that, so you can see how beneficial of having an external mic is. And as you can see, I'm outside in a vehicle. My lighting is absolutely terrible, because I told myself, even though I do have a studio in my house, because like I said, I have been creating content for 10 plus years, but at this point, I don't care about having that good lighting. I don't care about all the bells and whistles, my fancy microphones, my audio interfaces, and all of the, I don't care about that. My goal is to make sure that I can put out this content regardless of how I have to put it out, because it's not necessarily about the kind of content, it's the message that the content is portraying. And my message to you guys is, You just have to start. Find you something that you know you're good at, or that you're experienced in, or whatever it might be, and just be organized. Start jotting it down in your notes or something like that, and just start practicing in front of the camera. You don't necessarily have to post the things that you're talking about right off the bat. You can just use those as practice pieces to get yourself prepared to actually within the next week or 2 weeks to then post a video. And go back and rewatch your videos and study the things that you like about what you said, or the things that maybe you didn't say. How your posture was. Did you speak loudly enough? Were you speaking clear enough? Did you like your audio? Things like that. And then just kind of don't be too hard on yourself, but every video you put out, just try to make small changes so you can continue to progress forward and make better quality videos. But stop putting so much thought into just getting your message out there. Like with these videos, I want to show people that I'm a regular everyday person just like you. I am a part of the traditional everyday system just like you. I have a regular 9-to-5 just like you. I'm a father, I'm a parent, or I should say a parent, just like a lot of you guys. So you know our time is limited, and then if my goodness, if you have a spouse on top of that, all of our times are limited. But I'm saying, if you want something better for yourself, this is the time to do it. If you want to start creating content, now is the time to do it. Don't wait, because the longer you wait, like right now I'm 34. One of my biggest fears is that I don't want to be 40 looking back on my life like, where the hell did the last 40 years of my life go? What did I do to progress myself? There was so many different ideas and thoughts that I had, and things that I wanted to do, and content that I wanted to create, and it never got done. And I've always just been talking about, you need to do this, do this, do this. But my problem is I've never been consistent. I've always had the ability and the tools and resources that I needed to create the content. It's just always in the back of my mind was just that little bit of fear. Whether it was that fear of what people would think about the content, or a lot of the times, in my case, sometimes it's the fear of what the content might do if it actually becomes successful, and how I would handle that level of success, because that is a fear of a lot of people's also. But all I do want to say is, if you have things in your head that you want to get out to the people, and you have all of these ideas, don't wait. Just do it. You can find a way out from up under the traditional everyday system if you just tell yourself and commit that you are going to get this done one way or another. Just be organized, keep it simple, and just start. Make sure you guys comment at the bottom and let me know some of the things that you've been thinking about that you want to be able to do to find a way out from up under the traditional everyday system, to make sure that you can improve, that you can grow, and the things that you want to create. Put your ideas at the bottom. Let's all have a discussion in the comment section so we can all help each other and motivate and inspire each other to get this done. I believe in you guys. I appreciate you guys. Till the next time.